what's going on? This is impromptu. This is live. This is on some TikTok stuff. This is on some TikTok stuff. What I'm doing right now. But I just wanted to jump on here real quick. I'm actually in a undisclosed location right now at the moment. But I just wanted to jump on here real quick to talk about why sometimes water, not Hennessy. Sometimes it doesn't pay to be complicated with our money. Sometimes the smartest thing that we can do with our money is the simplest thing that we can do with our money. Prime example. I threw a video up yesterday, and I kind of thought about this in the long run because, like, I don't know if y'all looking at y'all stock portfolio right now. Like, I don't. I'll be real. Like, I don't even want to look at my major portfolio. It's like down like 10, 11% right now, which I mean in the full scheme of things isn't terrible, but it isn't great. But everything. Hey, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you, Leroy. What's going on, man? But like every year isn't going to be a great year. So it's clearly look like this is going to be a down year unless something crazy happens in the near future, which I seriously doubt. But sometimes the smartest thing we can do with our money is just keep it simple and don't overthink things. I was thinking, and I remember the other day I posted a video up about this tax bill that I got. 37K was the tax bill. I was able to, it was a blessing, and I was elated to just be able to cut a check, be like, well, not a check because I ain't had checks in probably 25 years, but I was elated to just be able to go online, submit the payment, get it over with. But were my initial thoughts were to try to get creative, try to get, I'm not going to say a little bit greedy, but try to get greedy. And this made me think of something that Dave Ramsey talked about when I was in Financial Peace University. And it talks about your emergency fund. And I see a lot of finance folks like, oh, I put my emergency fund and I invested in a stock market or something to that effect. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. And sometimes it's just best to keep it simple. If it's an emergency fund, put the damn thing in a savings account, put it in a high yield savings account so you could get it because the whole point of it is for emergencies. My original plan, once I sold the property, I stashed a little bit. I put a little bit into the student loans to knock out some of that debt. And then I took about half of it and I just set it aside because I already knew that the boys in black, the IRS was going to come. So I had to pay them. But my initial thoughts were to take that money, invest that money in the market. Like literally, I mean, I sat down and did the math. My initial thoughts were to take that money, invest it in the stock market, and try to get, 7 to 10% growth on it. If I'd have got 10% growth on it, we talking about somewhere in the ballpark of 5 to 6K. That was my original plan, what I thought to do. And I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. Every time I went to my investment account, I just was like, nah. What I did was I actually opened up a high yield savings account, put it in there, and every time I went to my investment account, I just couldn't hit the button. I didn't have the courage to hit the button to transfer all of that money to my brokerage account to go ahead and invest it. And in hindsight, that was probably the right choice. In hindsight, sometimes when you hesitate to do something and you thinking over it, you pontificating over it, like, man, what should I do? Sometimes when you hesitate to do something, hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. But sometimes when you hesitant to do something, it's a sign that you shouldn't do it. It don't mean that you got analysis paralysis. It don't mean that you overanalyze it and overthinking things. Sometimes that's just God. That's just your common sense saying, man, what the hell are you doing? You don't need to do that. You don't need to invest this money that you're gonna have to give away in 5 or 6 months. Like how much interest you think you're gonna make in 5 or 6 months? And had I would have invested that money and pulled it out when I needed it, I would have probably lost somewhere between 10 to 12% of the total amount that I had. So I would have not only had a realized loss because I sold the assets, but I also would have had less money than I put in to satisfy the IRS. So sometimes, it's dope to be complicated and have all these high speed investment vehicles. But me, And I tell y'all all the time, I keep it simple. The way I'm going to become a first generation millionaire is 95% through my retirement accounts, through my IRA, through my 401k. Yeah, I have some brokerage accounts and other things going on, but that's a very small percentage of my portfolio. Now, once once I hit my my goal of becoming a first generation millionaire, once I hit that goal, then I'll probably get a little bit more diverse in some of the things that I'm investing in. I even made up my mind that's going to be the point where I'm actually going to start looking and going into options trading hard. Right now, I'm like, I'm not going to do options trading. I understand it. I done enough research. I took enough courses. But nah, I'm gonna do what I've been doing to get me to this point, and I actually have a date. Um, Now, if that date is going to come into fruition, it's going to be contingent on a few things. But my expected ETA to becoming a first generation millionaire is December of 2023. Now that's barring, nothing crazy going on. I don't have to get the house foundation on the house fixed. No health issues. No, a lot of. I actually did the math and broke it down. It's probably going to be maybe somewhere 6 to 8 months past that because it really depends how the market does. That anticipated date of hitting first generation millionaire on December 2023 was really based on a market return for this year of about 8 to 9%. And I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all think we're gonna get 8 or 9%. I don't think we're gonna get 8 or 9%. Maybe if you're doing one of them government bonds that tracks inflation, some I bond or something like that. But I'm not doing that. I'm just sticking with my plan. The same amount of stocks that I bought a year ago, well, not a year ago, but generally the same amount of stocks that I bought when the market was jumping is the same dollar amount that I'm putting in the stocks now. I'm probably buying more shares because it's hella low right now, and the stock market not pumping and jumping like it is or like it was in the past. But I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I'm being consistent. Sometimes it doesn't pay to get too fancy. You know what I mean? Sometimes it doesn't pay. Like if you got a car and your car gets you from A to B, what the hell is the point of putting rims on it? So right now I'm gonna ride the investment plan that I have because it got me this far. It's going to get me to my destination. Then once I get to my destination and I set a new destination, then I'm gonna probably do something a little bit more diverse. It probably won't be crazy. I'm telling you, actually, the next thing that I was thinking about doing, and is a shout out to Stacy. She has a channel and she's a real estate investor. I think she's in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, but she's real dope. She always drops great jewels on her channels. But one of the things I was thinking of doing, I got about 14 acres of land down south in an area that don't nobody want to go to. Well, I don't want to go to it. People want to go to it, but I don't want to go to. And so one of the things that I think about doing, yeah. Success with Stacy. That's it. I couldn't think of the name of the channel. Thanks for putting that out. Yeah, Success with Stacy. Check out her channel. She's really dope. And I actually, I rock with people where I left a comment on one of her videos because I was like, damn, I had something I thought she would be great to answer. And she actually reached out to me in the email, was like, hey, hit me up anytime with questions. And that's dope right there. Like the the yeah, the people who are going to support you, the people who going to support you more than anybody are people that you never met a damn day in your life. That's just kind of real talk. That's how it is. Like, like the people who they going to watch your channel when you update your net worth or when you put something on there that they want to be nosy as hell. But, watching one of her videos, it made me think. I have about 14 acres of land down south. And then this area is a, relatively rural area, and so what the plan was, I actually already looked at the cost. I'm gonna clear that land out because some of the land is cleared, but not all of it. I'm gonna pay somebody come through with a backhoe, clear all that land out. And I actually watched a podcast on Earn Your Leisure where they interviewed a couple, and this couple was making a killing investing in mobile homes. Yeah, that's how it is. Don't nobody care. I care about your channel though. So long as I care, you got a family out here who gonna watch and support. I wish YouTube had a voice comment feature because a lot of times I watch y'all videos like doing some of the craziest stuff. Like I'm working out, I'm washing the car, and I let the video play and I just be listening to it. But I got my hands full and I can't comment. And it would be dope if I could hit a button and leave a voice comment. Because sometimes I don't want to just leave a comment like excuse me, like something real generic. I like leaving comments so people know that like, damn, he actually watched this video because he talking about certain points in the video that are specified in his comment. But yeah, in any event, I'm gonna pay somebody to clear the land out. I'm actually getting an estimate on that. And this couple I watched on Earn Your Leisure, they were making a killing from investing in mobile homes, but they did it really unique. They said at first they had the land and they actually owned the mobile homes. But then what they realized was owning the mobile homes for them became a little bit. Yeah, I do that too. I watch it while I'm driving. I just let it play. I do that as well. But they said what the problem with investing in mobile homes was the actual mobile home itself. Because like anything, if you run out of house, some people aren't going to take care of it. If something goes wrong, you got to send your maintenance man from house to house to house. They said what they realized, Lord, I'm about to bust my ass. I almost fell. But what they realized was instead of owning all the mobile homes, it's actually easier to just clear the land out, get all the land prepped for people to come and put their own mobile homes on, and they just pay you to lease that lot. And when I watched that, I thought about it. I said, man, that's the route to go. Right now, the land that I have, I just rent it out for people to hunt on. It's not huge, but it's enough where you can. We got a little deer watching stand set up where people come out, maybe shoot something or something to that effect. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna clear all that land out, and I'm actually gonna put a few mobile homes on it first, because some things I gotta learn from trial and error. So clearing it out isn't going to be expensive because I know people who got the equipment who will do it for a reasonable price. But the estimate to get a used trailer and have it delivered and installed and set up, with the septic tank and the whole nine is somewhere between $14,000 to $17,000. So if you got a single wide trailer, nothing fancy, you know what I mean? Not a double wide trailer, but something maybe 2 bedrooms, a couple of bathrooms, single wide trailer. You're looking at spending about $12,000 to $14,000 for a single wide trailer. That's purchasing the used trailer, having them deliver it, having it hooked up to the city water, septic tank, having all of that stuff done. And just on my estimates that I did just from open source research, you could generate anywhere from, it's a real rural area, so I'm not getting like DC prices like no $2,500. Like no, what's up, baby?
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Are you in alive?
Yeah, I'm talking about what I'm gonna do with this property. What's going on?
Oh.
She's so nosy.
I wanted to show you something.
You want to show me what? What you want? Is it something I gotta buy?
No.
Alright, give me a minute. I'm almost done, okay?
Okay.
Give me like 5 minutes, alright?
Okay.
Cool, thank you. Bye.
Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, this girl's ridiculous. So in any event, she made me lose my train of thought. So think about it. I pay about $14,000, have this single wide trailer delivered, set up, the whole nine, and I can generate as a rural area, so I'm not going to be getting a big monthly income, but it'll be anywhere between $500 to $700 a month. Think about it, $500 to $700 a month in rent for a $14,000 investment. Everybody see you trying to bend over, look all goofy.
I was trying to go over there.
Go walk over there. Ain't nobody messing with you. Now she's just gonna sit in the background of her desk. That's the desk she sit at when her mother need to check her, make sure she's doing her homework and that lollygagging. But anyway, I think that's a good, I think that's a dope price. I think that's a dope return on investment. The ROI on that, a $14,000 investment, getting you $500 to $700 a month. And think about it, the best case scenario, it works out. You get tenants who are legit. You take care of them. You have some minor maintenance costs. That's best case scenario. Absolute worst case scenario, if I don't want to deal with the tenants in the mobile home, I could, hey, when the lease is up, give them a notice to vacate, sell the mobile home that I purchased to recoup some of the money for the original purchase, and I still have the land. And then in that case, what I'll do is just like I said, I'll just rent out different lots so people can come. They bring their own mobile home. We give them the setup, and we just lease them the actual land. So I think that's going to be the game plan. It's weird because, and I'm gonna be honest, it's probably a lot more than 14 acres because it's three separate lots. One lot is actually dope though. One lot, it got a waterfall on it. Like that lot, I don't know if I want anybody on there because I want to build like a cabin on that lot, maybe a 2-bedroom cabin, like something just for me when I want to get away and be on my Paul Bunyan status. But yeah, I was just thinking about sometimes when we doing stuff, the the best approach is the simplest approach. We don't always need to overthink things. And I know y'all finance people out there. If you're a finance person, if you really a savvy finance person, your greatest asset is your ability to think of all the pros and cons. But a lot of times, what's our greatest asset can also be our greatest detriment. Man, this girl killing me in the background. I'm trying not to laugh. Like, why is she sitting there with a jacket over her head? What are you doing?
I'm not showing my face.
Oh my god. Y'all see what I got to deal with? Anyway, that's it. When it comes to investing, don't overanalyze it. Don't overanalyze your moves. If you done the research, if you thought about it, you prayed about it, you got opinions of people who you trust to give you good, viable feedback, that's all you need to make your plan. Sometimes it's no pays to be too complicated. Let's keep it simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I gotta go deal with this one right here because for some reason, anytime I turn on the camera, she find her way to come down here and be in the background and act shy when she's definitely not shy at all. Y'all take care. Hey, I appreciate everybody who tuned in, who comment. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Peace. I look all goofy. I gotta hit the off button. Now my thumb